No job is too big. No job is too
small.
We do it all. Please give us a call.
CCS, we do it all. Please give us a call.
That went exactly how I suspected it would go.
That's perfect though. That was amazing. Come on. That was great. Thank you, everybody.
You want to try it again?
Cut
him off.
Oh, yeah, we got that out of the way. All right, so now all the pain's all over. Welcome to the show, guys. I appreciate you guys being on the show. Patrick, you're back.
Yep.
Not too long ago.
No,
Not long ago.
Felt like just
a couple
yesterday.
of weeks or something like that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So everyone carpooled in? Is that what happened?
Yep. Yeah.
But we're missing one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who are we missing?
The boss
big guy.
man, Bill.
I don't remember his name.
We try to forget sometimes.
Carl's not here.
Yeah.
Actually, before we start the show, I'd love. Can you want to call him, or you want me to call him?
Yeah.
And then let's see if he answers, because I think I told him that we would call him like 10 minutes into the show, and we're just running a little bit late. But he should still answer unless he's crazy busy.
He pretends like he's crazy busy.
Is he? Let's see what he's gonna say. So
Yeah.
Starts
off with
CCS is in the house right now.
Yeah.
He's gonna.
Hey, Carl, you're on the Construction Life podcast.
Carl, where are you at?
I'm right here.
Close to the mic. Yeah. You're right here. Where? Where are you?
Right where I need to be.
The team is here. We just got started, so I mentioned to them that I was going to call you just to say hello, and if you want to share some words of wisdom before we get rolling on the show, let everybody know what's going on.
I have full faith that they can take care of this. I'm just in London taking care of some other stuff. So
Okay.
you guys have fun and yeah, have a good time.
We'll see you soon.
How's the London
all right,
Dental
talk
Fest,
to you
Carl?
See you, Carl.
See you later. Ciao. That was Carl. So CCS Engineering and Construction, right?
That's right.
How old is it again? I'm trying to. Brand new.
2 years, right?
Yeah,
Scotty?
2 years. I believe September 2021 we were established.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right in the thick of things.
right in the thick of things. Yeah,
Carl's
A
right
lot
in
of
the thick of
successful
things right
businesses that started in the thick of things.
yeah.
I'm not even going to use the C word or the P word. I'm just going to say the thick of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
things.
Everyone knows what you're doing.
Thick of things. All right. So can you guys introduce yourselves as we go around the table to let everybody know who's on the mic and who's on the camera? And so Scott, beginning with you and your official title, I guess.
Okay, yeah, I'm Scott Summerfield, VP of Construction at CCS. Look over the construction and the build side of things, and a little bit of the estimating and quoting, and was part
Just a
of,
tiny bit, like
yeah, just a little bit, yeah.
you just kind of glance at it, and while the jelly donut falls on the paper or something like that. Like I don't understand.
Sometimes it's jelly filled or cherry filled. They're so delicious.
And he's not cool.
Apple
I'm
fritter,
just taking a stab at it. I don't know if that's the case.
the jelly helps the fingertips flip the pages, you know.
That's why I was saying jelly. Okay, so you handle all that. The projects go, and you start the project.
Start the project, yeah, follow it through from start to finish, and then we have the project leads under that do the site and the site supervision and all that. But yeah, I started at the inception of CCS at 2 years ago, roughly, and
How far back do you go with Carl?
Oh,
Did you meet him then? No, you.
Oh, tell him your
No.
life
Well,
story.
yeah.
Well, no,
How
hang
you
on
know
to your life
Carl.
story. We want to meet the rest of the people that are here. Hang on to your life story. It's not that I don't care about your life story.
No, come back
I
to
want to
me.
give some of the space to the other people, right? We'll come back to it. But Sarah, you're here, and your official title?
The interior design assistant.
Okay.
Yeah, I started working for CCS 4 months ago. I'm a graduate of interior design, and I've been helping Kelsey with all the interior design spaces, doing all the renderings, as well as helping Patrick with finishing some construction drawings and doing site plans and all of the fun stuff. Yeah.
So you take the drawings that are filled with jelly stains and start to pass along the assembly. There's no jelly stains on them. And then Kelsey, your position there?
So I'm an interior decorator, and I head out the design team, the interior design team, which is really just the two of us right now. So, but
Do you need more? No, you don't need more.
Well-
do you? You do? Oh, you do. I touched the nerve. I touched. Okay.
Well, no, I feel like our goal is to keep growing, so we're going to keep needing more, and we're kind of setting things up so that when more come on, we'll have the processes in place. So
Makes
I'm
sense.
kind of
Makes sense.
heading that now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I started the interior design part of CCS. So when I came on about almost a year ago now, I kind of started in with all the renderings. They just had the permit drawings before.
There's no flash.
But give a little more of that visual to clients before they even get started with the project. So.
And then Sarah started at the same time as you guys, or
No, so I started almost
First.
a year ago.
Okay.
I'm the newest.
Oh,
started-
how new?
Yeah.
4 months.
Oh, brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All
I
right.
like her. We'll keep her. We'll keep her around.
I think I'm staying too. Yeah.
You like it there, no?
I do. I do.
Sarah's good because
Yeah.
she's kind of in the middle of Patrick and I. Because Patrick, well, I'll let him tell.
Okay, and then we have Patrick here. Okay.
They already know about me. I don't have to introduce
No,
myself.
no,
I'm saying-
no. What's your official title?
Yeah, so I head up basically the engineering side as far as putting together all the permit drawings for any jobs that we might have and doing all the consulting with the official engineer, whoever that might be on any
Oh, so
particular
you're the
project.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So together we all basically, we're in a very open concept office, so we coordinate everything together. I'll yell over to Scott. Kelsey will yell over to me. Well, it's just we have
No cubicles, just
So
no
much yelling.
cubicles,
Yeah,
all
so much
all
yelling.
open.
Where's Carl in all this?
It's right in the middle. Yeah, it's the nucleus.
He just
He's
walks by in his
Yeah.
6'7"
That's
tower.
right.
or
You can't
something
miss
like
him.
that.
You can't miss him.
Yeah.
He will at that, and you know his energy too. Like he just, I don't know. Sometimes it gets a little exhausting, but it helps pick up the morale in the office.
Try to turn
for
around,
sure.
look for the batteries. And
Yeah, you're just
take them out.
exactly. Yeah, every once in a while, not all the time.
He pulls out the energy
Yes,
of everyone.
Definitely.
He does.
definitely.
So
Definitely.
it is.
He's got the way.
We stick him in the corner. It's the
Yeah.
quietest spot possible.
Yeah.
So that we can do the work on the other side of the office. You know?
Yeah.
And CCS stands for again?
Carl's coconut stand.
That's right. All right, so let's go back to the backstory now. So when did you first meet Carl, and how did that start?
About probably 20 years or so ago, we started dabbling in developments, possible apartments and
You were both doing what at the time?
condos. So I was project manager at a tool and die shop in,
Okay.
in Windsor, dabbling in the construction industry, in and out. And we kind of joined. He's a good developer, and I got the thought process of building. So we kind of coordinated then on a development, and then sold out of that when the market dipped, and then reconvened in 2021.
Was there like a period where you guys didn't see each other, or like was it like?
Oh no, not at
you were
all
still
like
working
that.
together, and you're still doing this stuff. Okay.
Oh yeah, we just kept going throughout, and then tried to pick jobs in between that and part time, and then we established in 2021. So
Things are good. Things are busy in Windsor.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're going strong. It's been strong, like you said. It was the thick of things in 2021, and we're continuing that. And we've built up clientele and returning customers, which is nice. Family members of other customers. So
That's always a nice touch.
yeah, a good word out there is good, right? And that's happening now. So it's starting to turn back, which is good. So the sales and everything's going. It's flowing better.
Nice. Okay. And then I guess you first met Carl when you got started 4 months ago.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I was interviewed for the position. So
And then I think you off mic before we got started from Iraq.
yes, I am from there. I was born there. My family, they are all from Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you moved to Canada when?
I moved to Canada 2013.
Okay.
So it's been 10 years I'm here. Yeah.
It's a
Too
funnier
cold.
story.
It's
I was
too
gonna say, can we
cold.
like actually?
You're comparing it to
Can
a
we-
country that doesn't really see snow. And
Yeah.
it's too
Well,
cold.
I was raised in Greece and it was, very warm weather.
Again, you're
Just-
comparing
I
it to a
haven't,
country.
I hadn't seen snow until I moved here.
That was the first time that you
That
saw
was the
snow?
first time that I saw
And then
it.
working in snow? Because jobs go all year round, right? Like you guys.
Oh, she's in the
Yeah.
office.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
She
I
does
have
it
been
We
all
just
the
outside
watched
during
the snow
winter.
from the window.
it's very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty.
It's warm on the inside.
And we always stay on
Sometimes
the
Carl
inside.
keeps it
yeah.
cold, so I don't know about that.
Icicles form on the inside.
Yeah, like we do wear our winter coats inside.
And how far back do you go with Carl, Kelsey?
Well, I don't even know how to answer that.
Okay, let's
Well,
let's
can we
sort
just,
it all
like,
out
sort
here.
this
Yeah.
out here?
Sasa, Sarah, Sasa. We call her Sasa in the office.
Sasa?
Yeah.
Sasa.
Because
It's a nickname.
We can't-
Her,
we can't-
her cutesy nickname.
Okay, so what is your Iraqi name?
It's Sarra.
Sara.
Sarra.
Yeah, so
See,
why
he
can't,
can say it right.
So why
We
can't we
can't.
say Sara? Because I'm an immigrant. Why can't we
Ah,
say
see.
Sara? Like, I don't understand.
we're just
Yeah,
yeah.
just say it.
So you guys
We're
say
too
Sara.
mad.
This was
Yeah.
the whole thing. This
We're-
was the whole thing.
Yes.
Because we're like, well, if your name is Sarra. We're gonna call
We
you.
never. I know,
Sarra.
but we called your
just-
Sarra. We kept saying
We just
Sarra.
don't
So
say it
would that make
right.
him Scoot?
Right.
I don't understand.
So
That's-
I read it on paper. I read her name on paper. It was Sarah. And I was like,
How's it spelled?
Sarra. Double.
Sarah.
Sarra. Yeah.
I'm not making any excuses for us. We
Sarra.
Okay,
We're-
Sarra.
Patrick. All right.
Patrick.
Padre.
but
Okay. All right, but hang on. I interrupted. So
See how he
you
said
guys
okay?
you guys were going on.
well,
a
this where
tangent.
this kind of
okay.
again. There was more of an interest just because CCS in general. Like we like to think we're really close knit. We don't really. It's not just anybody.
It's a
coming into the
well-oiled
team.
machine, a
Yeah,
team. Yeah.
but we all get along too. There's no like we're all very comfortable working together, talking like in any setting, whether it's work or after work kind of thing. We get along really well. But yeah, Sasa was actually so my barber was cutting my hair the one day, and he was asking me. I'm just saying, and
We're going on a way
yeah,
out tangent,
and he was
okay?
asking me if we were looking for anyone on the team for interior design because his sister did interior design and she was looking for something new and exciting and kind of wanted to build up her career. So
So your brother is his hairdresser.
that's
Now
essentially-
everyone's barber.
now it's everybody's. So
Look at
Wasim now
this.
cuts all our hair.
They go on little dates
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
It's
they
like a
go.
whole
This is
thing.
in-
It's
this
a
is
team
real.
building
Back to
thing
This is
now.
real.
CCS family.
That's
kind of
right.
thing.
Yeah, we all
Yeah.
go get our hair
Okay,
cut
so you're
together.
getting your hair cut and you hire her. She
Essa-
gets hired.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah,
So it
that's
worked
how
out
I
really
do.
well for me.
All right, but then
Insane.
still I'm going with Kelsey here.
So-
Is it Kelsey?
Yes.
Okay.
Kelsey and I both met Carl at the same wedding in Mexico. Yeah.
Okay, so whose wedding?
It was a friend of mine that I worked with
Were
at
you
my
the bride
old
or the
work.
groom?
Sorry?
Were you
Oh, I
guys-
was with the groom.
Groom? No,
No.
you weren't there. Sorry, Carl was there.
I
she
was there.
She
Oh,
was
you were there
That's what I'm
too.
saying.
I was the sister.
You guys weren't
Yeah.
there.
the sister of the bride.
Yeah,
And you were with the groom.
that's right.
You knew the groom as a friend,
Yes, we worked
And
at
Carl
my
knew
previous
him
work.
too?
Yes, yes.
but you didn't know Carl yet.
No, that's where we met him in the same way that you would have met him.
So
here.
if you
We
shot
the same
the
kind of
tequila,
thing.
you meet Carl.
Exactly, exactly,
Got
it. And that's how it
exactly.
happened.
Okay,
So there's
all right,
just
now I understand.
yeah. So it all comes full circle, really, because
Yeah.
Bottle's gone and like, what's your name?
yeah.
On
Like-
the airplane, that's how you met. The bottles were thrown around.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Tequila was flowing.
That's
Yeah.
And then
That's-
okay, so how did you? So then you met them just in the wedding, like just socializing.
Yeah.
We didn't
that's-
talk at all at that
I
wedding.
don't think
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah.
Oh, but then you
we
met
just
on the
happened to
plane.
be there. No, we
Well,
would
I-
have met, yeah, but like just like a quick hi, nice to meet you
Who's
kind of
Luke
thing.
Skywalker's father? Is what I'm trying to figure out here.
And guess
So how
what,
did
Manny?
you guys finally meet? Then Kelsey.
So her sister was marrying the friend that I was
Oh, okay, all right.
working
Yeah.
with at
But
the
then
time.
Carl
yeah.
knew the groom too.
That's right.
Yeah, and
Yes.
guess what? The groom was my brother.
This story.
Seriously?
I got to draw a family tree for you. Man. I got the pen out. Give me some paper.
All right, is it crystal clear now? Everything's
Yeah,
good.
It is
Everything
very
is-
crystal clear.
But none of us had any association at that point.
and nobody
Like,
talked
just
construction
saying.
here.
No.
Except me and Carl.
Yeah, you're him and Carl.
Because you guys
That's
go
it.
way back,
That's
20
right.
years, that's why.
right.
Yeah.
But nobody at the wedding was talking construction.
No,
No.
no.
Is the groom in construction?
Yes, he's an engineer. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Who are we missing from CCS other than Carl? Who else is there? Like, who else do you guys want to
Missing
shout?
all the
Wait,
construction. Is that what
so
you
many. Yeah. There's so many
The
people.
current-
There's
current
so many more
employees?
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's probably 20 of us. Let
the
me pull out
construction
my
guys.
phone
You don't know all
here.
their names.
I do.
Okay.
Oh,
Just
don't
don't
worry.
want to
He doesn't
just don't
wanna
want to
forget
miss one.
someone.
Pronunciations of these names.
Yes.
That I'm working on still.
This isn't going to be a Keel and Peele kind of teacher thing or something like that, right?
That's great. Oh man, you're funny. So it's Cam Drulard,
Okay.
Craig Skolak, Dale Paré, Dustin McMillan, Jack Firth, Jacqueline Bennett, Jay Pickle, Johnny Bacon. We call him Baconator.
Baconator.
Yeah, Mitch Burgess, Stefan De Geer with accent aigu, Oscar Diaz, Noel Murphy, he's an electrician, master of the turning the lights on, and Travis Ross, the lead framer, and Steve Tellywack, Jesse Dennis is the plumber, and Lenica. I don't think
That's
I've
our
missed any.
student.
Is our just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's our co-op student.
Yeah.
Co-op student.
Yeah, in the interior
So that's
design.
a big crew. Like that's a big
Yeah.
crew of people. You guys handle everything then.
Yeah, so right
a good
from
amount.
design, well, quoting design to framing to plumbing, electrical, interior design, a little out of sorts there in order,
We're essentially from once you get your finances to when the fixtures all get put in place and you get occupancy. We handle start to finish. Design, engineering, build.
Is it easier to offer that to clients because they look at it like there's less hiccups?
I think it's an easier sell for sure. Like we've gotten that feedback from clients at this point that they love that it's just like one-stop shop. They don't have to worry about coordinating all these different meetings and trying to.
Do you know a guy? Do you know a
Right.
guy?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And it
Right.
keeps, it
You guys
keeps
are everybody.
dominoing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So it's great. I think it's a great point for like it's a lot of work on our end, but it's worth it in the end because when we focus on providing them with that level of service, it again, like Scott mentioned earlier, we get a lot of people referencing us because it was such an easy process, such a smooth process, and we kind of just roll with that. Like we have a lot of things that we try and work out through those process to make things easier, more efficient, and so that we're not chasing our tail or anything like that. But overall, I think we have a pretty good handle on it at this point of what the customer needs and what we're able to provide them with. So
But you guys are adapting, right? I'm sure that not everything out of the race, like starting gate, was perfect.
no.
Even though you and Carl were sitting down and talking about let's create this CCS kind of thing, and he was, what are all the ideas? I'm sure that he was asking you for like, what do we know? I'm sure you guys started with what's not worked before, and we want to make those things work perfectly, right?
yeah.
Isn't that how it got started?
Exactly. Yeah, we're trying to grow to the one-stop shop so that customers just come to us and we take care of it from their thoughts and their ideas right to paper and then right to reality. That's the idea. We started very small. It was decks, fences, additions. Now we're getting in commercial, so we're getting there. The ideas are starting to flow and the divisions are starting to grow, and it's coming to light faster than what I thought it would, but it's
2 years, less than 2 years.
yeah. So we're growing fast but keeping it under control, and we're trying to venture out now to southern Ontario, and all of Ontario is the goal. So it's starting to happen.
Greedy.
Yeah, aggressive, right?
Well, I think we're about the experience now, as opposed to just being like a construction company or a design company or an engineering company. It's really about the full experience for the client. Because it can be a stressful experience. It always is. But if you know one person you need to call to if any hiccup comes up, anything you think of, it makes it a lot easier for them than coordinating their own projects, right?
I'm sure everybody in construction started on their own. Like even designing wise, you started on your own.
Yeah.
You were working and you were hustling to get your own clients. Is this environment a much better environment? Like having this collaborative effort.
I like it as like a creative person.
Yeah.
I thrive on like bouncing ideas off of people, not just going by my own ideas. You get the best ideas from the collaboration. So even bringing Sarra on board, just having someone with another creative, not that these guys don't have creative minds, but like
it's a different kind of creative.
It's a different kind of creative, and having someone who you can bounce those ideas off of, actually you end up with a better product in the end that's more that's better for your client, that really actually encompasses what they need, because we're coming from different perspectives too, all of us, right? So all together,
that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Like you guys all started in different aspects of construction, but
Yeah.
independently, and now you're being brought in on a team, and then you're working together collaboratively, and all of a sudden you're coming up with different ideas. Probably, I'm assuming, much better ideas.
Yeah.
You're getting a better result from it, right?
Yes.
Instead of being on your own, where you can only talk to the voices in your head so many times before you start realizing I need to speak to somebody.
Yeah,
right
they
in front
start
of me.
saying some crazy stuff.
Yeah, and they start talking back to you, and like you're like, okay, and then you're jotting down notes. That's a different
Yeah, and
story.
it's great to have a team that is supportive too. So anything you feel like you're struggling with something, they help you to like fix it, to grow it. So it's great to have that kind of a team, and because we all like share ideas, it's very good to actually respect everyone's ideas and like try to listen to everyone. So
You can literally yell across the room like, "Hey, Scott, like,
Yeah.
will this even work? This
Yeah.
crazy idea I have, would that even actually
Yeah.
be able to be?"
So that's amazing that you guys have
Yeah.
that opportunity to do that, right?
Yeah.
Carl's going to get upset because I didn't even share the website, www.ccsengcon.com. Then the email is everything at ccsengcon.com. And then all over social media under ccsengcon. There you go. You happy, Carla? No, but I know that dynamic. It makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
And I wish that what I've seen having so many people on the show is people have been doing that on the construction side of things, but they haven't really been incorporating the designer and the architect and the engineer as part of that assembly, right? You guys are actually doing that, which is really smart in my opinion, because like you just said, I'm working on something creatively, but I don't have all the answers construction.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden I go, hey, Scott, would this work?
Yep.
So you have that conversation right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you can continue with that idea or abandon that idea or modify that idea.
Without wasting
Right.
further
Without
time.
And then you
yeah.
can present to client, and client
Yes.
can be like, that's amazing that you thought about all this. And is
Yeah.
this totally doable? Already spoke to Scott.
Yeah,
It's all good.
we're
right?
presenting something that is actually doable, like you said, and actually available. Like we've already looked into products. Like we have an in-office little design room that we're pulling out samples from that we already know, okay, these are doable. We've used them before. We know how to use these products. We have the supplier. We already know they're available. We're not sourcing anything that's going to take months and months to get, that's going to hold up your project. We're sourcing things that we know is going to be in our time frame.
Makes
So
a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I think it makes a lot of sense. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people are going to copy you guys now. Is that all right?
Yeah, well,
No.
Well, we'll just do it
No.
better. We're already,
give all the
we're already way
secrets.
ahead.
That's what this is
We're
here
already
for.
way
Yeah.
ahead.
Not all right.
You can't catch up to us.
We welcome the competition, but we feel like we're hitting it hard and we're at it well.
Yeah.
And it goes both ways. It's like, yeah, sure, I can help with the construction view and all that, but I can build things on my own. It's just like having the team, like Patrick. I can call him and say, hey, what's this dimension, or if there's something missing on the blueprint, what are we going to do here? It's quick answers, right? Because it's all in house, so it saves the customer time in the end. And then Kelsey, I can call and say, hey, what looks good here, or Sasa, I say, hey, what is this rendering? Is it actual measurements that you went off of from the iGuide, or is it just from a open rendering? Is that window actually going to fit there? So it's kind of relieving to have support in that regard when you're not sitting on site waiting for an architect or someone to get back to you. When you have all that in house, you can rely on your coworkers and everyone to help you finish the job.
Much more efficient process.
Yeah.
Efficient, that's the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
that's our goal is to continue finding that efficiency even further.
And we want to let people know that you're handling residential and commercial, right?
Yep.
Any other sector?
We're trying to really hone in on our niche at the moment, which we're trying to move into a lot more small commercial.
Small
And,
commercial.
yeah, which Scott can attest to that. He does all the estimating and quoting
So
on
you're
those
loving metal
jobs and
studs.
stuff.
Yeah, steel stud. Yeah, nice and oily. That's where it goes back to
Are
my
they
fine
purposely
days.
putting more oil on them these days, or what's going on there? It's just like, I think it's like a flan or something like that. You open it up and it just goes everywhere.
I love the smell of wood compared to steel, but I'm used to the steel in the old factory that I used to work at. So the precision is accurate.
Well, that's what
Steel.
they always say whenever you talk about metal studs. Yeah, the precision is accurate, but
Yeah.
you don't get any hockey sticks in metal, right?
No. Oh,
I
that's
don't
right.
think I don't think. Well, unless you run it over and you bend it and you try to use it at that point, but that's a different story, right?
That's right.
So small commercial.
And residential still, we still it's not that we
Which do you guys
Larger residential,
prefer?
smaller commercial,
No.
niching into
larger
more,
residential, smaller commercial?
Yeah, niching into more dental,
Like medical
fields.
Yeah.
What are some of the rules that you guys want to share regarding the small commercial when it gets designed to layout, engineering to construction, and then I'm going to ask the exact same thing on the residential side.
Which rules?
Like I don't know, like there's specific things that have to be specific. Like whenever I go to my dentist or I go to a certain professional building, I pay attention to how poorly laid out these rooms are. I don't understand how certain things are set up a certain way, and I'm like, who put this together? It doesn't seem like someone put it together really well. Versus, I'm assuming you guys are putting together these rooms a lot better.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking about the person who's coming in to use it, but also the people that are there working there. So there's two mindsets at that point, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we rely a lot on the customer giving us exactly like not exactly, just a vague idea of what they're looking for in the space. There's certain things like that you can be flexible with when we're talking about specifically like dentistry. That's Carl's background. So we find ourselves doing a lot of dental offices, and he knows dental offices like back to front where things need to be, don't need to be, all in between. And we basically gave each one of us like a quick breakdown. We had like our own little classes in the office for like 3 hours, 4 hours, where he kind of like gave us the bare bones of what you need to know, how to lay out a dental office and what the circulation needs to be
I would
like.
love
And
to
I'm
have
just
been
saying,
part of that class.
well, he can't.
because
He
the
gives
amount of
gives little
dental
certificates too for when
Really?
you graduate. Yeah, it's nice.
Because they're
Listen.
mostly poorly laid out.
And I know Carl's commented on that a lot too when he hasn't been involved in the design on a particular dental office, and he can point out inefficiencies and where things weren't thought about properly. So that's something that, as we're all pretty well new to dental, Carl is not, so he can guide us through all that kind of stuff. But we're slowly learning the same sort of tactics that he's already known for decades.
So you
at
start
this
learning
point.
pretty quick, like the flow of the space and what is like.
Sometimes better than the dentists
Yes.
know what they need, but you can almost help them along to get to an even more efficient space of what they're picturing. They're the ones who work in it every day too, so they have just as good an idea, but we
Yeah.
can always offer that little bit extra to help
There's-
them out in
yeah.
the design process.
There's
so.
specific sizes the room needs to be, specific flow.
Yeah, these are rules that I'm not seeing in
Yeah.
areas around.
Well, those are
here.
the ones that we're
Yeah.
coming back and renovating.
Are you guys finally putting? I made this suggestion a long time ago. Putting TVs on the ceiling.
Yep.
Some,
Yeah.
yeah.
Been
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, is that not a
Yes.
no-brainer to me? Like, you're always reclining me
Yes.
and working on my mouth.
Scotty's
when I'm
first
in a
dental
horizontal.
office.
And I'm like, will you move that TV that's there to over there? It's in your sight. I don't care about you. I care about me when I'm looking up there, right?
Yep.
That's
So
exactly.
you made that suggestion, putting TVs on the ceiling.
It wasn't my suggestion, Manny. Maybe it came from you. But
I would like to see a dental office that has a TV on the ceiling one day.
it's
Scotty
gone
had to
down
put
to
it
A
in.
lot of
CS
them do
'cause
now. Some love it. Some,
we
Even
did-
go further and just make the whole ceiling a screen.
hey.
Oh,
we
you
know,
my
Price is no object.
Yeah,
build a
yeah.
sphere.
we need
So we did do a dental office a year ago with the TVs on the ceiling and the
Really?
wall. Yeah. So it's whether you're sitting at the wall, like in the chair,
It's a
you
sharp
have a
look.
TV on the wall, or if you're reclined, like you said, you have a TV on the
Is it
ceiling.
not a no-brainer when it comes to
Yep.
like construction? Like, it just seems like
Sometimes it's not like we put a great deal effort into like patient care and what would make like a great dental office, and that's obviously not the case with everyone.
I'm also
Same.
thinking
Yeah.
optometry, right? I'm thinking put a TV in that far corner and put another TV in that far corner. Because when they do this, I can still see that. When they do this, I can see that. But if you
need
put one in the
two.
middle and you're doing this, I'm only seeing half of the screen, right? Like I know they got to work, but I've got to just be there. And I'm like, you can't close the eyes or close the mouth or whatever. You have to be a patient at that point.
Yeah.
But at least make the surroundings a little more inviting for you.
Yeah.
So-
And that is our goal. Like that's what we're looking at. The offices for patient care. Not just about the dentist.
No, but it's
like
also
what
the
is-
employees, like you guys brought that
Yeah,
up. It's all,
yes.
they're there for the whole day, 8 to 10 hours or whatever, and they have to make this business run properly too, and take care of the patients and take
Yeah.
care of other aspects.
Well,
of the
just like
patients.
we need our system to run efficiently, they
Yeah.
need their system to
Yeah.
run efficiently, whether it's, looking at it from a patient point of view or looking at it from the dentist point of view. How does it function in the best way? But you can still make it look good and look really cool while still keeping those things in mind.
it's the medical ones that I don't like
Yeah,
either.
you don't need it to
You don't need it
be-
to feel cold.
No,
right?
I don't
It
understand
shouldn't feel cold,
why you
right?
And I do find now a lot of dentists we're working with, they are thinking about that, like how can we make this actually more of a welcoming space more like homey rather than like sterile, like doctor's office, right? That you get nervous. Like you're already nervous going to the dentist. Why are you going to like make them more nervous? And your space, your surroundings have a huge effect on, like you don't really realize
The patient.
how much that can affect you. Like
will.
the colors you're on the wall, the like finishes you're choosing, those spaces that you're in all the time affect you as a person. Think about
Yeah,
it. Next time you're in a bright yellow
No,
room
no,
for a
I
whole
pay
day,
attention
you're not going to
all
walk
the
out
time.
not agitated.
I pay
you
attention
know?
all the time. I'm not saying like park a fireplace there and a leather chair and I'm going to start smoking a pipe. I'm not talking about that, but have it a little more than just gray wall
Yeah,
and
something
12 by 12 inch
inviting.
ceramic gray tile. Like that's just such a boring environment that you don't want to be there, right?
Yeah.
So you guys figure out how to do that as a team.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, think about like, cause we're working towards spreading across Ontario, right? So we're into southwestern Ontario right now. A lot of London area dental offices.
It'd be a commute for you guys, no?
Yeah, it's
Oh, another nerve.
We're looking at helicopters. And
CCS helicopter. Are you going to drop coconuts from them or what? Like,
maybe hammers.
no, you might as well expand because I don't think people are actually doing it well in other parts. Like it just, we kind of have the idea of what it looks like here. It doesn't look inviting.
yeah. Well, and different places that you're going to, like we're going into small towns, small communities. They don't want something like, ooh, big
Wanna
city,
blend in.
modern. They want it
Yeah.
something comfortable, something for like the farmers that are actually their patients, right? So you have to think about all of those things and what would they think when they're walking in.
Yeah, it's not universal.
It's not universal. Yeah. You can't just, copy and
Case by
paste the
case.
same office.
That's where they help me, and I'm that kind of gray wall type
You're
of
like, why
boring,
can't we copy
boring
and paste?
builder, right?
Yeah.
So I can build that stuff, but they bring the spice to my life. It's like, they make the lights magical.
But to be honest, Scott, are you like focused on that side of the thing or are you just more focused on the construction side of that thing?
I'm
You
more
can be honest about it.
naturally. I'm focused on the construction and the
construction.
building. Like,
Yeah, the internal workings of it, where
Yeah.
all the, I guess there's a lot of mechanicals when it comes to dental, right? Like there's a lot of servicing parts that are going through the walls for so many different rooms, for so many different purposes, right?
That's right,
So you're
yeah.
focused on all those as well. And then you guys are focused on trying to not necessarily hide them, but like make them a little more pleasing looking to the eye instead of just a bunch of knobs and tubes that are sticking out
Yeah.
of the walls, right?
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
some,
But
like,
you know how
unique
critical those
solutions.
are there.
Yeah, so that's where we balance each other out and help each other out. It's like,
Or I'd
how
be
do we
like,
make
just
that
take it
look
all
good?
away. You'd be like, well, we need that.
Cut.
Yeah.
No, you
That
can't
shouldn't be
really.
a problem, right?
we can put a door on that cabinet to cover that stuff that we need back there.
Yeah.
But that door will make it look nice, right?
What's the average size space that you guys are working with when it comes to a dental place?
2,000 square feet, just about.
It's a good size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so 2,000 square feet, you can fit how many, I guess,
Six operatories typically in it. So
operatories?
operatories is the.
That's
the-
what it's called? Operatory?
Ops.
Yeah, we
Well,
go
I'm
ops,
using that one
ops
next time
for
I'm
short.
in there.
Operatories, yeah.
Really, yeah?
Which operatory?
I'm going to be like, this is a really bad looking operatory. You should give CCS a call and they can take care of it and you get free coconuts, right?
That's the deal. Yeah, that's the deal.
Operatory, really?
Yeah.
What other
Yeah.
words are you going to teach me now?
Sterilization.
Yeah, what do you, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the
I'm in my
fanciest one.
50s. I already know that word.
Stary,
Yeah.
but shorten it to stary.
Stary, yeah.
Yeah.
Stary?
Stary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ops and
Couple ops
staries.
and stary.
Yeah. Couple labs, consult office. That's about it. It's kind of
Okay, that's pretty
all
sure.
comes. It all. I mean, like there's kind of those cookie cutter things that you see in each dental office, and then you have slight differences here and there in what that practitioner is looking to have in their office.
I
kind of
wish they
thing.
would
So
change the paper cups to like espresso cups or something.
We have no say in
You
that.
have no
Unfortunately.
Just tell Carl.
You guys do. You guys would have a
Well,
suggestion. That, no?
Well, I'll put a
People
sticky
want to
note
put their
somewhere.
finger up when they're kind of rinsing their mouth or something instead of just a paper cup, right?
Hey, CCS paper cups with a dash of Manny.
I'm just. I'm not taking it. You can take all the credit. No.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's shift gears into Resi now. Resi's a different world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
What's going on in Resi land for you guys?
It's slowed up a bit. The market changed a bit, but we've found ways where people are still interested in additions rather than moving because the real estate costs have gone up. So they're finding ways to add on to their home to grow their family rather than having to move locations. So additions are big.
Do you like additions? You like tying into the old?
It's more challenging
Be
for
honest,
sure.
Scott.
As far as
No, it's like I guess it makes
What if-
your work. I guess it makes
what if-
the front heavier.
yes,
There's definitely
What
more
about ADUs,
complications.
though?
It seems.
ADUs as well.
Yeah.
Huge,
That's probably
right?
Even
better
the
'cause
design
you're
is a
not
little
tying
harder
it
when
in.
it comes to an addition because you have to figure out
Yeah.
how this is gonna work with the.
Or you convince the client just to get rid of everything on
Yeah.
the part that's not being
Sometimes that
constructed.
happens.
Yeah.
That never happens, though,
sometimes
right?
that
They always ask you to integrate what's already there, which is it doesn't exist anymore, not on this planet.
Right.
Yeah, or like
Yeah.
like if you're adding some new siding to the back addition, well then it's like, okay, can we put that siding somewhere in the front just to make it look like it was meant to be there in the first place? Like how do you tie it in and make sure make it look like it all belongs?
Yeah, you're either going to have it like blend in with the existing, or like create something that gives emphasis to like what it's there right now. So we're trying to be either like make it feel like it was always there, or like
Yeah.
you can see it like right away when you see it. Oh, like that's a new thing. It's like it looks more modern, or like
Yes.
something more. Yeah,
It's either gonna be like way different or
way
like,
different, or like
tie it in.
It was always there.
yeah. It's like one or the other.
Yeah.
It's, otherwise it looks like you're making a mistake somewhere along
Does
the
that
line.
get frustrating for you guys design wise, where there's a lot of material that's not around these days that was around, let's say 40 years, 50 plus years ago? And I guess I'm talking about the widths of siding. Like they're different today compared to what they were yesterday. So it's like you can't tie it in. It's impossible. You're going to have to take it to a corner. You're going to have to do a whole side at that point. And that's convincing the client to use something that's not exactly the same. But I guess the challenge is clients have it stuck in their head that this is what it always looked like. I just want it to continue looking like that, but I need a bigger space. So how do you problem solve that?
Some people are happy with even like when we show them like different few ideas in like the renderings, and when they see it like on a 3D, even if it's not what they had in their mind, if it's something different, unique, most of them they're happy with like looking into
Yeah.
like different ideas and something new. So the renderings are like such a big part of like them accepting the design or like liking it. So
Yes.
yeah.
We do definitely utilize those 3D models
The 3D,
to
yeah.
show clients. Well, it gives us the opportunity to bring in some new finishes that, maybe wasn't what they were originally thinking, but that's kind of our job, is to not just go with what everyone thinks it should be
Yeah.
and add a little spice.
But there's an
to
opportunity
it.
for Patrick and Scott at that point where you guys could also start talking about efficiency.
bingo.
An
Yeah.
opportunity where like what's preventing you at that point is the interior drywall and the exterior cladding.
Yeah.
So if you have an opportunity to remove that exterior cladding and take it to a corner, now you have an opportunity to take that whole wall and not just a new section and
Yeah.
make it more efficient, or even bring it up to building code standards, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Of today.
Yeah.
Manny, are you looking for a job?
I just come up with ideas and just throw them out there. But that's a conversation for your clients where
Yeah.
we're not trying to get rid of what the house used to look like. We're just trying to update the house and still keep some of the character. We can't
Yeah.
keep 100% of the character.
Yeah.
But that's what you should be doing anyway, because every home, I wish more clients would understand that once a home is complete, it's not finished.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's still years
Work in
and years
progress.
of
Yep.
maintenance. Like you got to
Yeah.
maintain this structure. Things will eventually not fail. They just need to be updated.
Yeah.
So it's like you remember 20 years ago what we were putting in the walls. They're not what we're putting in the walls now. They're asking for all kinds of R12 on the exterior now, right? That was never a thing 20 years ago.
No.
So it's like, why don't we just start building more and more and start paying attention to other countries that are doing far better, and then applying those standards into our structures here, right?
Yeah.
That's where it's a conversation.
Yeah.
Would it get, I guess, intimidating to the client if you start speaking that instead of just saying we want to rip all your siding out? Are they going to get a little upset going, now why are you talking about this stuff? I don't understand all this stuff.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
I could picture that, right?
Yeah, trying to explain like whether we match the siding perfectly or not and the product's still available, the sun has faded over
It's
2
never
years.
gonna be the same.
So it's
Yeah.
never good. So taking to the corner, taking to the edge of wall, like you said, is by far the best thing.
Or
But again,
reclad
it's
the
trying
whole-
to explain that to someone that doesn't want to do that and just wants to add on, right? So it's difficult at times to do that. We're current 2 additions where we're rewrapping the whole house with new siding.
So that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. So then
Opportunity to actually seal it better.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it doesn't look like an addition in the old
Yeah.
part of the house and all new windows. So it's basically a brand new house minus the shell, right?
See the problem? Sorry?
Well, I was just gonna say, I think a lot of clients now are understanding that a bit more and are open to getting like expert advice on that. So if Scott were to say the reasons behind doing that, right, then they'd be like, okay, that makes sense. Like, sure, you don't want to always spend like the extra money, right? But like they do tend to have a domino effect.
It does.
And
It just naturally progresses that way.
right. And
You're
so you
not doing
do
it on
kind of have
purpose.
to, yeah, but you kind of have to have that final point of like, okay, this is where I end it. But when it makes sense, it makes sense. Like if you're gonna.
Well, I go
doing
back to
all
you
of
guys are the
this.
professionals. And
Yeah.
I mean, the homeowner, it might be their first rental, it might be their second. Maybe you might find a homeowner it's their third rental. But you guys are the professionals. Like you guys, this is probably your third rental of the week.
Right.
Is what's going on. So you should listen to you.
Yes.
Is what I'm trying to think, right?
Yeah.
But they don't always listen to you, right?
No.
They don't always, but we're persuasive.
We're good with customers, and Carl's very good with customers as far as the sales and explaining things that way. Myself, I like to just get the job done and make them happy in the end, where Carl does all that talking and explaining, and he understands people.
Client management.
Client management, understands how they're thinking and what they need to know and what they're looking for, versus me just telling them what needs to happen, if that makes sense.
Is it hard for you guys, all of you, to shift gears from commercial to resi and vice versa?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't find it's difficult. No, to be honest, it's
Is it different?
I
I never like commercial because of steel studs.
find, I guess, commercial can be a little bit simpler on my end as far as what's required from a municipality for
Yeah.
permits and things of that nature. Like it's just compiling the necessary drawings to submit for permit seem to be a little bit easier, where I get a lot more requests, I guess, from municipalities in the residential department kind of surrounding additions and stuff, as far as bringing things up to code depending on what you're manipulating within the existing building. Because like we've had houses that are like 100 years old that we're putting additions on. You have no idea what's below grade kind of thing. And Scott ran into that, unfortunately, on an occasion where there was no footing below the foundation. And
That's normal.
Just
in
brings-
Toronto.
is it?
Oh,
well, I
yeah,
guess,
it's
well,
like a
so it's
flat
a-
stone. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
So
so-
digging, looking for concrete of
Yeah,
some sort.
yeah.
Then you realize, hang on a sec, there was no
Nothing,
concrete
yeah.
back then.
so yeah, that I guess that alone just provides a little bit more of headaches in the residential department, whereas commercial we're usually starting with a clean slate for the most part. We might be demoing some if we're refitting a space and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I find commercial, I think, to be a little bit more straightforward.
You guys?
I just started doing some commercials, so it was always like residential, because I started working with CCS like 4 months ago. So I haven't done any commercial. It was the first time that I actually had to think of designing a space that it's not only going to be for like 2 people, homeowners, like people will be coming and seeing that space. So it's like what kind of vibe you want to give to that space, because there will be different people coming every day. So I don't have much to say about commercial with Kelsey.
Do you like it though?
Yes. Yeah, I think
More than residential? No.
no. Residential,
You're in my
yeah.
boat. That's what it is. I'm the same
residential.
way.
I used to probably say I liked residential more, but probably just because I wasn't as familiar with commercial. But the more I do commercial, the more offices I do, the more I actually really love them.
Really?
Yeah.
Said it like your guilty pleasure there.
Oh, let's talk more about guilty pleasures.
I don't know if it's just the specific clients that we've had, maybe, but I feel like they're willing to give it and trust you more
That's
with
what
the
I
full
was
project.
I was thinking that there's a lot more trust.
Yeah.
And also there's a lot more strictness where you're committing to it right at the beginning of paper and digital. and then you guys got to deliver it.
Yeah.
Versus residential,
There's a little more like
a whole world.
It's a lot. Yeah.
I know.
Back and
So,
forth,
right.
like,
Yeah.
new ideas.
There's
So yeah, I'm in Manny's boat there too.
Are you? But you're a commercial guy.
I am. I like both, but there's a lot more tape to cross with commercial as far as closing out documents,
But
municipality.
there's way too many decisions to be made in residential, or too many options to be
Yeah.
presented in
That's-
residential.
Right. So that's why I like both. I'm kind of at a
So you're in both
crossroads.
boats.
I'm in both boats. But more, but I
One
have,
foot in each
but I'm in Manny's boat too.
all overboard.
You're
I don't know how to
rocking
swim.
is what
This
you're
is
doing.
So yeah, I do like both, but I'm with commercial. It's the field reports, the closing out documents, getting the final,
Your mic's Scotty.
getting
I was
the,
trying to say it without saying it.
getting the final close out of the permit. It takes a little more effort at the end.
On the commercial side?
Correct.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's
Why?
Fire
Wanna explain that
suppression, HVAC.
well, he did. That's why I didn't want to answer for because I'm whatever requesting some inspections here and there, but he's got to make sure they get closed out with any deficiencies that come back or anything like that. So that's why for me, if I was doing his job, I'd probably have the same sort of answer because I see how much he has to be on the phone with guys going back to check on fire alarms and everything like that, and just
To
like
get all the sign-offs.
oh, it's wild. It's wild some of the times. It just
So you're
feel
literally
bad.
waiting to get to the next step, but you have to get all these approvals before you can actually get to the next step.
Yes, and we like
Versus
to.
in residential, it's like, yeah, sure, we did it. We took care of it. It's all good.
That's right. There's occupancy,
There's
final
there's a
inspection,
little more yeah.
commercial. There's fire, HVAC.
All kinds.
Oh, final field reports, and then final building. So there's a lot more final inspections across the board in each department, I would say, which is fine. It's just navigating it, and we don't leave any permits open at CCS. We always close them out, and that's what we're from Mississauga to London to Windsor. They're all slightly different, and not in a bad way, and in any case, but it's just learning each city.
Wouldn't it make sense for them to all be on a universal template?
yeah.
Wouldn't
Yes,
it,
sir.
though?
Wouldn't that be
Wouldn't
like
it?
just crazy talk at that point?
Yeah.
Why can't each city just speak to each other?
Yeah,
and
why
going,
should it be?
This is
different?
what we found efficient. Why don't we all implement this efficiency?
Yeah.
Let's
No.
be the judge.
It's just a guessing game at some point.
Why do they make our life that much more difficult at that point?
Right. It's
It's just
different
time
por-
consuming. They just contribute to time.
Yes,
Those things, right?
they do. Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
time. There's time, phone calls. Inspectors don't like to go back, right? Multiple times, especially during the closeout. So if there's one minor thing, pictures, there's enough phones around. They can take pictures to close out one minor thing, but sometimes that doesn't always work for the municipality or the city.
What
that
are
we're
they
working
worried that like Photoshop ChatGPT is going to be happening? You guys are photoshopping
Yeah.
these images now? Is that what's going on right now?
Right.
I don't think that's happening. I
And
don't
then
think.
the time slots, Manny. It's
know.
like booking an inspection at 8 to noon. It's like, God, you're sitting there.
And I'm not
Look at my
suggesting
hair. I
any
don't have any hair left. I'm scratching my head. Like, what do I do from 8 to noon
You
while
had
waiting?
that lion. He had that mane
Yeah.
on that job site that one day. Where is he? You're like, you talking about me?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
it's
I don't
all
think that's
good, though.
happening. Is that happen? That's not happening.
I'd hope not,
No.
but you definitely get that impression from
They
a lot of
think it
yeah, you're kind of wondering what they're worried about because you're like, yeah, is what is happening, or are we crazy here?
Well,
Like,
why not?
we're not
Yeah,
trying to
is
get
there
a-
reason-
we're not
is
trying to
there
get away
reason
with
there?
anything
You know,
here.
in today's digital age, why can't we get inspectors to do FaceTime?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's like, I want to save your time. I want to save our time. Let's go
Why
faster,
is that not
build
a
more.
possibility?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should. Yeah.
Like that's not manipulating anything. That's literally turning on a video camera, and
Everything else is
you
like
want me to?
virtual
I'll
these
walk in
days.
closer. I'll zoom in closer. I'll
Yeah.
here show you this, show you that.
It's real time. It's not.
That's
yeah.
efficient. So now
Yes.
the inspectors can be anywhere in the world or whatever and doing it, right?
Yeah,
I
and a
don't
lot
know.
faster,
Like
not
more crazy
backlogged.
pills are just being taken. That's all it is.
Yeah.
that's what the fun's about, right? That's what-
So, what are some of the interesting things that clients are asking for these days? I guess on both sides, but I guess more so on the resi side. What are the challenging things that our clients are asking for that you guys are kind of stopping and scratching your head, going, that's interesting. How do we pull that one off? Nothing. Everything's easy.
We've had a couple.
So
It's
simple.
usually a lot of the. I don't know. It depends. There's
Unless
a lot.
you can't share.
No, it's not that you can't share. It's just I guess there's some that are maybe less aware of what is realistic and what's so like.
Oh,
So
champagne and beer?
we've just had, I don't know, we've had some interesting ones where they come in with a $40,000 budget and $600,000 aspirations kind of thing, and it's just like,
I think you're being generous.
yeah,
40 versus 400.
but it's just, and it's kind of like you start to wonder where they're getting their information from at times, maybe because you almost get the impression that like they think you're lying to them, that's not realistic, and it's, you don't necessarily know how to approach that at all times.
That's part
but
of the
like
industry, like
for sure,
educating
for
them
sure.
what the reality is.
Yeah. So I guess the people who have done their research as far as like getting a basic idea of what they're looking to do and what costs associated with that's kind of who we mainly do deal with. And a lot of the other people, unfortunately, they don't, they kind of fall by the wayside.
But design wise, kitchens and bathrooms still the big ones.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
No, Kelsey, I'm pretty sure she's got a few.
I think I would agree. Like, I would say the biggest challenge isn't necessarily what clients come up with. It's like, it's the educating them and them seeing the value in the design process, not just jumping right into construction, because they don't necessarily want Scott to pick their light fixtures, but they also don't want to pay necessarily for the designers to pick it. So it's I guess educating on the value that they get out of getting the full design package and all of those selections, and how much time that takes that they have to do or the contractor has to do, and you don't really always want the contractor to do it.
No,
yeah.
but when you're presenting options to them, are you giving them like 1, 2, 3 kind of suggestions?
Sometimes.
Or are they coming at you going, I found this on Wayfair?
Yes, that's a
Well,
lot of
yeah, that
See,
happens
okay,
too.
so this is why residential is sometimes a bit more of a headache, I would say, because that happens more.
More of a
I don't
challenge,
get
because
the
you get
dentists don't come to me typically and say, "Well, I found this like one lamp that I'm. What do you think?" And
It's
we're
not
having
CSA
like
approved, but
yeah,
we'll
and we're
put it
having like
in.
3-hour conversation on one lamp. Like, not that that's bad. I'll talk about the lamp with you, but for commercial, like, you've got a little more breathing room to give them a full design package so they can see the entire visual before we even move into permit, before we even move into actually choosing the finishes.
But you're doing that on Resi as well. But I guess it's
Yes,
just
but
it's easier for them to change their mind.
They change their minds more, and you don't always even get to finish that full presentation before they're kind of on you. We're like, okay, where's this room? What do you think of this? What do you think? And it's like, hey, just let us like
So what are the 2 rooms? Master bathroom, kitchen.
Say it.
Kitchen,
Kitchen.
Say it.
yeah.
Kitchen
Yeah.
and
Kitchen's
probably
number 1,
Yeah.
master
Yeah,
bath
kitchen,
number
baths.
2, and then I think number 3 would be deck, backyard.
I was gonna, or like a main bathroom too, like the,
Bathrooms,
a bathroom that
kitchens.
everyone is
The
gonna.
main for the kids. They don't
For
care
the-
about their kids.
for the guests too.
They don't care about their kids.
They're
Kids
added
would
on.
Right?
Well,
Kids
we're
would be
doing
happy
ours.
that
I guess
have
they
a
can.
bathroom. I would put an outhouse up for the kids just as a joke.
There you go. That's a better idea.
They're finishing your bathroom right now.
Yeah.
It's outside there. It's blue and red.
That's the way it used to be. Get used to it now.
No, you guys are not doing that. But I just
A lot of exterior though.
so a lot of people are going outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wanting to see the exterior of, like, they're doing additions or ADUs. They want to see what it's going to look like outside too, not just inside.
Have you guys tackled ADUs yet? Have you
Yes.
You building them? Like there's a lot of demand for them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we currently have 4.
4 of them going on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, sorry, 5. We have 2 on the go right now.
And how is that design wise for you guys and construction wise for you guys? Like it's a tighter.
It's a zoning nightmare. Yeah, for some.
But I thought
some
all the
people
zoning,
say-
like as soon as our premier just waved his wand.
Did he?
It's like, what happened?
Didn't you get
It's not in
that?
our.
Did
It's
you
not
get
in
that?
our bylaw yet.
I feel like going to the building departments and going, "Here's my wand, Barry."
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why it's not working. But why is there still zoning issues?
Well, we have to.
You have to still get
Actu-
approved.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, we have to go. We still have to follow all the provisions under whatever bylaw we're working under. Like we had one, like you said, it was a year that we're in for getting approved, and we had other hurdles to go through, but initially it was the client wanted a significantly larger space than what was allowed on that lot.
There's a reason why it's ADU.
I know, but they wanted. It's
not a home.
I just do what I'm told.
That's not how it works.
They're allowed to, so they can whatever we can.
It's challenging though. You'll never will you get it approved?
It depends. So what they were looking for in ways of a variance for that particular property was way too much of an increase in the.
Do the clients know
coverage.
that if you present that suggestion, and you've drawn, and scoped it out, the city rejects it? You still have to pay for that, and now you have to repay to redo it now to what the original conversation was. They want to take that chance at the roulette.
A lot of them do. Like that's my experience has been, because that's a lot of the preliminary design on my end is obviously going to the site and speccing out all the zoning provisions for that particular site and telling them what they can do. So what I would propose initially would conform to all the zoning bylaws, but then they say, I want this a little bigger, and then that's when we have to be forward with them and saying, you can do that. You will have to apply for a variance, and there's no guarantee that you'll get that approved, and that's non-refundable. It's not, you pay for that variance application. If it doesn't go through, you get your money back. Like, that's gone. And then we still have to redesign
and the majority
it.
Are still wanting to go forward
with it? It's like 50-50, I think. Yeah, so which I think is still...
What's the reason, do you think, Patrick, that the homeowner's asking for this slightly increase in space? Is it for rental?
Rental,
It's a rental.
Usually rental.
Because they can fetch a little bit more.
Yes, yeah. That's
so like instead of 2,900, they can get 3,100 kind of thing? It's it's incremental at that point, no?
That I don't even delve into. But I'm assuming it's something that they see some extra value in having those rooms a little bit bigger, or because it's like you said, like an ADU, they're not supposed to be comfortably sized rooms. We just, Sauce and I were working on one the other week, and we're doing this ADU, and it's like 1,300 square feet.
That was a home.
Yeah, we're just not a single room in that house was like condensed in any way. And and again, it's the same thing. They want to move forward and push through. They have a massive property. So like the ones that we're typically are doing are modest sized properties. This one was like out in a rural space. They have a large lot, but they still have like zoning provisions that prevent them from just building whatever size they want. And I do all the calling all the municipalities to find out, get an idea, like have a pre-consultation with the planning department to find out what they typically do approve, like what they're in favor of, what they're not in favor of before we officially go into that. And I'll relay that to the client. And a lot of the times for those types of projects, it is kind of like it's like a long shot.
Whenever I've had those conversations, I generally just stand there and I look to my right and I look to my left to see if a neighbor's done it already. And if I don't see it, you ain't going to get it.
Yep. And that's its own hurdle in itself. You could get support from the planning department. And if you get enough people complaining and going to that actual like committee of adjustments meeting, and that's what happened to us. We had one that got approved.
Have an issue?
Yep. They don't have to be. Yeah, that's the thing. The
people who come to that are the ones with the issue.
And don't blame them. They have the right to do that. And if that's something that they strongly are against, they have to take that into consideration. I understand that, but it does for me. It does seem like a very fleeting endeavor to when you get that kind of feedback from the municipalities.
At least you're giving them all the information here.
But we have to be careful. We have to make sure we are, because a lot of people want you to tell them, like they'll ask you multiple times, like if you can come up with a reason why they should do it. It's like, I can only tell you what I know. It's like,
really, they want to fault it onto you. Really,
I've gotten the impression sometimes that there's a little bit of that, but I just limit to I just basically forward them on to what I received as feedback directly, like whether it's through an email or if it's a voicemail I received from someone at the planning department. That's all I can do, really.
What is the nicest layout for an ADU? Like, where should key rooms be, bedrooms be, utility, mechanical? Like, how is it? Is it always different? Or I get the sense that for the most part it is a box.
Yeah.
Most part it's a square. The space that you have on the property. So you are dealing with a square, trying to design key rooms and then passageways to those rooms, right?
It's usually a very open concept.
Yeah.
You have from the kitchen to the living room, and then basically off the kitchen or living room, you have your entrances to the master bedroom, washroom. All like you can keep it as simple as you want. Some like there's been ones we've had that are 2 levels. Like we do 2 levels on it, so you have like 500-ish square feet on each level, and then they pick their specific spaces that they want on each level.
But then you have your challenges, Scott, where, and I've seen this. I haven't built one yet. I'd like to build one day. But you're already adding the cladding to the walls that you're already framing, that you're already lifting up. Because you can't get to the side there to apply or install the cladding.
Yeah,
at that point, right?
That's right, Manny, because the ladders, right? It's such a steep slope where the
Just
services...
neighbor's space or whatever it is.
Neighbor's space, the setback. The services alone...
Yeah.
Tying into the house, is it a separate meter, contacting the hydro, the town for the sewer, the storm sewers, rear yard drains are being introduced now because the watershed off the ADU is now flooding the back properties. So they're starting to get smarter with the rear yard drains. So there's a lot of tie-ins, and as long as we continue to be able to tie into the existing home, it's way better than going around the house in a tight spot to tie into the road.
Because the amount of, I guess, demo that you're going to have to create, especially if it's a drive or if it's a finished drive, asphalt drive or whatever, stone is different. You can lift it up and dig and then put it back down.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's going to be challenges there because sometimes they're going to force you to bring it right to the front, right?
Yeah, then we're ripping up sidewalks and curbs and potentially tying in under the road, right? And that would be the worst case scenario. Tying into the existing house, finished basements,
Is it possible to put a basement into an ADU?
Yeah.
I guess it depends on where the drain is at that point, right? Because usually homes have the highest point is at the back of the house.
Yes.
And that's already your highest point. So then you're further away with your ADU unit. And now you got to tie back into there. So I guess you'd have to go further to get to the front just for the slope.
Yep.
There's no way that, I'm just like, this is hypothetical, that you could tie in at the highest point of the drain of the existing structure.
Right.
You'll never meet it.
Yeah, I love your thinking because these are
I read a book or two.
Yeah, come build one with me, please. I need the help. Yeah.
Mine's all marked up. I'll give it to you. Don't worry. Yeah, but that kind of, because it's challenging at that point where, and that goes back to your thing and you guys as well, your thought process of trying to educate the client at that point, where sure, we want to put a structure at the furthest point away from your services that your existing structure's at.
Yeah.
Which poses its own list of challenges, right? Not even factoring in the design and the look of it and the feel of it and the size of it, which is always on the front center for them, right? So they just like want to make it bigger. You want to make it bigger. But you guys are thinking, how do we logistically make this happen now?
There's a lot of things to think about before,
Yeah.
like a client might come in and be like, this is what I want and this is where I want it. And there's a lot more to think about before we can just be like, yeah, okay, let's go ahead.
Right.
You should tell them that they should have presented all that on an Etch-a-Sketch and then just show it right.
Yeah, and then show you.
Get rid of this.
You don't even know what that is, right? Certain people listening that are way too young don't even know what an Etch-a-Sketch is.
No, everyone's got to know Etch-a-Sketch. Salsa? No?
Not doing
No, there's no way you know.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
No,
Just
no,
give it.
No, I'm just.
I'll
no.
show you after.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the whole thing. But I like that you guys built, I guess, starting from Carl, you guys built this family that has all these problems put at them, but then you solve all these problems.
Together, yeah.
Right. And that's
Yeah.
the whole point. That I think is more efficient and makes more sense. And I really wish, like I said at the beginning of the show, that more and more companies started doing this, realizing that there's a huge amount of value attached to that. Right. So I know Carl doesn't want any people copying you guys, but that's what's going to happen, right? No? Is that what's going to
He's a competitive guy. He won't mind.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
fine. He wants it, yeah.
You guys will come up with a better mousetrap.
He,
for
that
We're-
almost
we're
gives him more hunger.
continuing.
Yeah.
We're getting better and better. So we're
Yeah.
not stopping here and sitting here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the efficiency we can always keep climbing and get better at.
And I will
Well-
say too, you have to find the right people to be part of
Oh, yeah.
your family. Like
Yeah.
we're all
Not like a real family,
like,
yeah?
yeah. We're choosing these people. But like I think we really pride ourselves in like the office and the team out of the office too. Like the atmosphere that we have. Like it's think about how much time you spend at work. Like, you want to be with people that you actually enjoy being around and doing work that you like, but it's just, I don't mind going to the office because, look at these people I get to come hang out with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, and
it's
like
not-
a lot of places don't.
Most places don't.
Most places don't even have that consideration as one of their their top things that they want from their company.
But isn't that, you guys will correct me if I'm wrong on this one, isn't that like an early construction trait to be a lone wolf? And I'm assuming it's kind of the same thing in design and architects and engineers are totally lone wolves.
I'm
Like, it's just, and construction
Like
people
forcing
in
him to
general are lone wolves. And I think a designer is until you find somebody that's
Yeah.
similar to you.
Yeah.
Then you become a dynamic duo at that point. But it's
Sure.
harder to become part of a group, no?
Yeah, like look at the way we're sitting right now. Patrick's on one end, I'm on the other, and then we got the people
I
that
wasn't
join
going
us
down the
between.
psychology side of this thing, but it kind of makes sense if you. Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
No, I'm the lone wolf over there. He's the lone wolf over there, and we got the.
Well, it's the start to the finish, and then start again, and start to finish.
That's right.
Isn't that how it works? It kind of makes sense at that point. Where would you put Carl?
Oh, in the corner. Loud guy goes in the corner.
And I think to speak to that though, like I know Carl always emphasized from the very beginning when he was looking for people in a particular role, he wanted to find just the right people, and then the rest kind of, not that it takes care of itself or anything, but like as long as he had the right people around him, he's confident in what kind of product we can produce. And it does like have, I think, pretty big implications on the type of work we provide too, because when we're in the office and because we don't mind talking with each other, we're not like getting annoyed when one person's asking too many questions. It doesn't interfere with the process in any way, and it kind of at the end of the day does seem like it makes us all a little bit better.
Do you guys? I get the sense that maybe do you guys cross lines?
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
make design suggestions, and do you guys make construction suggestions? And
Yes.
Oh,
does anybody?
I do
make
it sarcastically.
engineering?
Sorry,
Oh,
nothing
okay,
for
all right.
just to. Sorry,
I'm talking realistically.
I'm just trying.
I think we value others' opinions and thoughts on things. Like, none of us are like hot-headed about, well, I'm the designer, so I don't need your opinion on it. Like, no, I'm interested. I might be like, well, that's a terrible idea. We're not doing that. but still, like,
Yeah.
but we're all comfortable with each other that we can like joke about that. Like,
So it has happened.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Very
Constructive
few-
criticism.
Very few times. Actually, I was a little concerned. Like when I first started, it will be like open concept, and then everyone will be
You
like,
were a
there.
little concerned?
I was a little.
She
was the
said it
first time
multiple times.
Yeah, I did.
She said-
It was the first time me working
Little
on
nerve-wracking.
open concept, and like I will be working with a team, like all of us, like working on like one same project. But then, like after a few days, I realized that everyone's so helpful, and like everyone's like listening, even if you're new to the like industry and everything. They like to like get new ideas. And working with Kelsey and Patrick, both of them, they were all like open to like listen to me, or like if I have something new to say, and they were like always there for like answering questions, and I ask a lot of questions. So yeah, I think it's working pretty well so
Well,
far.
what kind of questions are you asking? Like just general construction questions, or?
Yeah,
what does that word mean?
I use Google Translate.
Yeah, but you know what?
Patrick
Don't-
uses a lot of big words.
No, but that's like half the construction industry does that.
Yeah.
They don't know what that word means. So right? Like, there's a
I-
lot of people on the
Google
site.
Translate.
Google it, all right.
Google's my friend. She uses
They know a
the.
four-letter word really well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just like it's almost a period.
I know home ADU and short form of
I
commercial.
just learned the ADU. I didn't know the ADU word, what it stands for, so I just,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
yeah.
But now you know.
Yeah.
Now
Now
you're
I
a
know,
professional.
yeah.
You're designing them. So
I've been and I do like.
But you'll
designing
never
and
get
everything.
Scott like hovering over your table and he's just like looking at what you guys are coming
Oh,
up
never.
with.
Oh,
and
God,
going,
I
no.
don't have
why don't
that.
you move that over there? Oh, why don't you?
you know who does that?
No.
Carl does that.
Carl,
And then we say,
Carl-
Carl, get out of here.
Carl, he will never admit it. He wants to be a designer so bad. And so he will say, he's like, I don't know what I'm talking about, but you should do this here. You should do this here.
And sometimes I say that was a really good idea.
Yeah, he does.
Carl,
He does
and
have
I
good
will
ones,
use
yep.
that, or at least take it into consideration.
Yep.
And other times I say,
but do you?
Yes, if
Okay.
it like I'm very honest, so I will tell him if it's
I would say the
not
exact
a
same
good
thing, but I
idea.
would not use it.
Yes. No,
I'm just
sometimes
being nice.
sometimes I am not nice, and I do tell him it's not a good idea, and I will not use it.
You should be ashamed of
Yeah,
yourself.
don't like. Why
So
would you?
it brings me back to
suggest
clients. Like, what are clients asking for these days that you guys are seeing? I mean, you've seen construction's changed dramatically in the last quarter century, right? Design trend wise, right? I mean, thank goodness nobody's using glass block. Like, I can't.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
I think I was just.
What are you talking
Where
about?
was I in Toronto?
No,
That
no,
they
I
were doing
saw
a
it
brand new one.
recently in a retail. I saw it in 2 stores.
Oh,
A new style of glass block, and they thought it was
Things
new
come back.
because they took
Wild.
the glass block and they just put a circle
that's wild.
in the middle. And I'm like, it's still glass block.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
It's the worst thing ever. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So what are they asking for client wise? Are they on the trend train? Like, they just want what most people want? Canada's a very safe place.
There's
Are they not?
heavier, like
Yeah, yeah.
siding. Yeah, for sure. Siding's getting more
Sale
difficult.
safe or sale safe
Yeah,
is what I mean by that.
there's a lot of product out there for siding. A lot heavier product, which is more labor intensive. Composites. It's getting better. It is a lot better product, right? It's
ACM.
not so thin. Yeah,
A lot of ACM going on nowadays.
New Tech wood. We've
Yeah.
installed
Nice
a lot
product.
of.
New Tech
oh,
wood's
it's
pretty
fabulous.
cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in my
Even
shed.
going up close to it, I'm impressed.
Impressed.
There's
It's
some
heavy.
like acoustic ESO board for like sound acoustics in like dental offices and that we're kind of looking into. There's a lot of lighter woods, I would say. A lot of woods.
You mean lighter- or
a
like
lot
a
of
lighter
like
shade?
lighter shade of
So they're
wood. Like
going
a
more
lot
that-
of woods are
Really,
coming back.
huh?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, they're adding like the warmth to it now, right? So, a lot of
I've done a lot of moss walls. That's
moss walls. Yes, I love my moss
not
walls.
not residential so much.
Yeah,
but-
well, yeah, I guess that's true.
very
Are we talking
soothing.
Yeah.
commercial or resident? I'm talking more, I guess, commercial.
Now, do you still need irrigation for that moss wall, right?
So the moss wall is dried out, or like it was real, but it's not anymore.
Preserved
So it's preserved. Yes. So it's
it's
no
gotta-
maintenance to it.
And it'll stay that way forever.
Yes.
UV fade.
You don't have to
Yeah.
mist it or
Like-
nothing.
No.
Wow.
No, it's pretty cool. Like, they don't recommend putting it in like a high traffic area because everyone wants to touch it, right?
Yeah.
So it will like fall off the wall.
Crumble
if you-
eventually,
Yeah,
yeah.
it'll crumble a little. But yeah, no, you don't. There's no maintenance to it, and people were concerned about like the smell of it because you get that earthy kind of smell.
Which is
No.
I was gonna say that's a nice one.
Nice.
Yeah, some people don't
Well,
like it.
sometimes it smells a little like.
Musty, too musty.
Yeah, like kind of almost like mold more. But this doesn't is what I'm saying. That's
So
not the
does it
concern.
look like the real deal?
Yeah, and there's different types. There's like the reindeer moss. There's I forgot what the other one's called.
I don't know why it's got red in it.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
hope
actually
so.
don't know why it's called reindeer moss. I haven't looked,
Maybe the
looked
antlers
deep
or
into
something?
that, but like I think you can get it in red. So there's a few different colors. I assume those are like dyed.
I did a job where we were supposed to do a green wall, and then everything was being prepped, mechanically speaking, power and irrigation and drains and all that sort of stuff. Then the real cost came in with the planters and the actual greenery and everything, and then they just vetoed it. And
Yeah.
we were forced to leave it stub outs, and I'm like, that's a beautiful wall.
Yeah, yeah.
Drywall with 2 stub outs in it. And it's like, I'm like, well, we'll do it one day. I was like, you're never gonna
Yeah,
do it.
no, you're never gonna do it
This,
now.
this price is not coming down.
Yeah. Well, and I wouldn't say these moss walls. They're not
They're not cheap.
inexpensive.
Well, I guess it's going to get into the same realm as artificial grass.
Yeah, probably. But like you don't need anything to like don't need to do anything to them. It's like putting a picture up on the wall.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
What else
super
you
cool.
guys seeing? What else you guys designing? Building.
I think we like a lot of outdoor like trying to find different ways to have that outdoor space, like sunrooms even too, but like a lot of covered porches.
You know.
Yeah. Well, it's. I was gonna say, typically maybe a little bit of the older generation likes having the.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Yeah. So, but a lot
I
of
think you got to be like 60 for a sunroom.
yeah. So they still like them. They're still like.
60 sunrooms.
Yeah. So it's just like that in-law suite, the ADUs. They like having the sunroom off the back kind of thing for their in-laws apartment
They
to
get
have
very
kind of thing.
hot though in the summer.
I mean, I'm not going to speak to that, but yeah, the covered porches too, with the intent of closing them in with some sort of screening. We see a lot of that. There's a lot of those.
Yeah,
with
that
some
makes
sort of
sense.
gable feature too off the
Totally.
covered porch. I mean, that's pretty typical as far as things that I've drawn up. I know you guys deal with a lot more in the design realm as far as specific
Well, I was gonna say,
materials. and-
even your like wood wall here, I think
Like
you're
that?
like right on
I
trend
love
here.
There's a mistake. I'll let you guys figure out where the mistake is.
It's a mistake.
Where?
Here.
What do you mean? It's not a top. What do you mean to top?
Uh oh.
Oh.
Oh no!
Don't point out something else.
It's not on camera, right? Is it on camera right now? No,
Manny,
yeah, it's
I-
on camera if it's on my shot, yeah.
I can't see it. It's
You
perfect.
can't see it?
No, it's
Oh,
perfect.
I thought that was
Perfection.
no, never mind.
What? There's no mistake up there.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Way to go, Sasa! Open a
It's
can of
it's
worms here.
Oh. Oh, once you see it, you can't unsee it, eh?
I
Right.
did.
Everything lines up. Everything continues
Yeah,
except for
yeah.
that one side. Because
Yeah.
when I started, I built it from that side over when I should have started it from there over.
Still looks good.
I think it lazy
It
at
looks
one
pretty
point.
good.
It wasn't easy, by the way.
How many people
Yeah.
point that out?
Nobody
Well,
points
there
it out. I'm the
You
only one.
would-
I was
you
gonna
point
say,
it out to
okay, I was
You know
everyone
gonna
why I
say.
point it out? Because I'm on camera and I
Yeah.
see it all the time because it's right there. So if I got to be over here, but then it screws up the shot.
You and Carl would be good friends. Very good
No,
friends,
no,
yeah.
no. But I'm glad that you like the lawn. And yeah, no.
Yeah, like I'm seeing a lot, like almost every office.
I would
now
love
is
to do a
asking for
deck like
some
this
sort of,
as a
Yes.
walking surface, not those
Yeah.
gaps.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
The heels will not like
sure,
it,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
I would still
But on
get
like
tighter.
reception desks too, like some like wood slatting, wood fluting, really nice, real sharp.
I'm
Light-
seeing
like
a lot
wood.
of fluting accent wood in front of windows as a cladding. So the cladding itself going right in front of the window and giving you that fluted look. Not necessarily a prison look, but it kind of gives you a nice little fluted wood look right in front of the glass. Tone down, I guess, the amount of glass,
Yeah,
which is kind of nice.
yeah.
I like it. It looks nice.
I like
Okay.
that the woods are coming. I think it's really nice. It's like warming.
Expensive nowadays, wood. I mean, this is not cheap wood, right? So
Yeah,
No.
right.
wood in general is not even 2x. What's a 2x4 nowadays? 5? 4?
Five for something. Yeah, $5.96,
$6.
$5.47. That goes up and down
Somewhere.
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't cheap, right?
No.
You guys getting a lot of clients doing shaker kitchen panels, cabinets?
Yeah.
I
So,
think we're going away.
Are there
from
shaker
that.
panels in Iraq? Kitchen?
I was
No.
on, like I don't know. I was only 3 years old, but so I wouldn't.
If I was 3
Well,
years old, I
it's
would have
good
been
if
paying
you
attention. I would have been paying attention to the 3 years old.
Yeah, no. Don't even remember if we had any cabinets.
There we go.
So why do you think they keep safe? Just being safe?
Shaker?
Yeah.
They're the least expensive.
Is that where it goes?
they're okay.
They're classic.
But
They
they're
look,
happy
yeah.
now with just a slab. A lot of
Yes.
people are choosing
Yes,
just
I would say we
slab,
are
like plain.
starting to get away
Full
from
panels,
it.
then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
More
it's always
clean,
something that
modern
goes.
look, yeah.
I'm just
And I
curious.
think the shaker, you can pair it with a lot of different styles, so you can kind of put it in a more modern space. You can kind of put it in a little more traditional space, and it can still kind of play to either side. It's kind
I don't know. Just
Somewhere
a
in the
flat panel
middle.
wood grain, like just
Yeah.
something nice, white oak or even a veneer.
People
Yeah.
are liking that right
They
now.
are, yeah, it
they
is
are following
coming.
a lot of the trends that we see online, and we have been getting a lot of people wanting that clean, more modern look.
some
Here's the
moodier, some
question for
moodier
you,
kind of
designer.
kitchen, some darker ones.
What would happen if you eliminated all the places where people get trends from? Construction will still keep going because you give us a stack of wood and we just keep on building. We just need the drawings. But if you eliminated all the trend pulling
Like
sites,
Pinterest.
Pinterest and House and all these, if you eliminated all those, where would all the ideas come from?
Yeah, they would have to come
Yeah,
from
maybe
like,
there'd be
yeah.
more creativity.
Older pictures. I think
Yeah.
old thoughts and old.
Magazine.
Oh, you can't go back to magazines and do tears because that would have been the Pinterest of that day.
Yes.
No, so my
True.
point is like, where would you get all like
Like-
you said? I agree with you that most clients look at the trends and they go on that trend train
Yeah.
and
yeah.
go that path. But what if you eliminate that? It derails, and now they don't have a resource to go, and now you have to kind of come up. That's what engineering does. That's what construction does. We just take the drawings and we build it from that point.
Yeah. Well, if anything, it might be easier in a way that clients aren't coming to you saying, this is exactly what I want.
Which is good and bad.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to
Yeah.
it. So I don't want to say it's all bad because they come with like some cool ideas. And it's super helpful to get in their head on what they're actually looking
I agree.
for.
Totally.
But yeah, I guess it doesn't leave as much room for the designer's creativity and, our job. We're just kind of taking what they've got and putting it in their space. And it would be more difficult maybe to get our ideas across too. Like I find it super helpful to put like an inspiration board together with pictures,
Yep.
Yeah, we always do that.
to help
It's
explain.
a great start for us.
Yeah, and so I might research an idea on Pinterest, but then I take it from there and then, put it into a different kind of application, but use those pictures to explain to the client what I'm talking about. So I don't know. Like it would change. It would change.
It would change a lot for sure. Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. If we didn't have that, I mean, it would change for us too, right? Because sometimes, but again, interior design started with it was someone was being creative, right? So this is how like the interior design and all the different styles started. So every designer has a different style. So I'm a different designer than Kelsey. So if we didn't have those trends to follow, we would probably come up with something different that we would.
You'd look for other like nature.
these
trees are inspiring.
Oh, like this rug has
Yeah.
a beautiful pattern. Maybe we
Yeah.
should have this on your wall or
Yeah.
something. I think it would just let the clients leave that to us, and we would give us more room to be more creative.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I think that the clients get a little confused. They think that they're so
Yes.
certain from what they've found, but then you're applying it to what's being drawn and what's being allowed to be built.
Yeah.
So there's other hurdles that are attached to what they've found. And
Yes.
so not everything is cookie cutter perfect where you found it online. Sure, it fits great in that 30,000 square foot home
right.
and that atrium that's in, but we're building an ADU
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
500 square feet.
Yeah, or
So
that would
idea
fit
won't
in
work.
your your $1 million
But that's when
budget.
you get the
but not
professionals
in
now.
your-
You get the professionals start speaking to them, going, "Listen, this is the path that we're going down. This is what makes sense. Here's my professional opinion about it."
Yeah, like you take that as inspiration, but
Yeah,
you can't
totally.
take it as like that's what you're gonna get
Exactly.
exactly. Doesn't work that way.
All right, so we're gonna get to the 10 questions here to ask you guys. But before I do that, I just want to ask all four of you guys, give me one word that describes CCS, and it ain't coconuts.
And it's not coconuts.
I've not seen
One
one
word,
coconut.
just
in the
one word
office.
to describe CCS.
Quality.
Creativity.
Family.
Innovation.
Not bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I got to Google innovation.
Patrick, you did that again.
Innovation is not a big
Scott,
word.
Sarra.
Yeah.
Yes. Kelsey and Patrick. www.ccsencon.com and everything, the word everything at ccsencon.com, and then all over social media, ccsencon. You guys ready for these questions? We'll go one by one. We'll start from Patrick. They're not difficult questions.
Hot seat.
No. What everyday sound brings you joy?
Everyday sound.
Brings you joy. What everyday sound?
So my dog wakes me up every morning. She kicks the door open. We leave the door open like just a crack, and you just hear her kick it open, and then you just get like the slightest little howl, and then
course.
that's it.
Time
And
to
then
go.
it's time to go. Big smile on my face.
What breed?
Shiba Inu. Yeah,
Puppy still?
3 years old.
Yeah, puppy.
Yeah.
Kelsey?
I would say when my daughters are giggling together, that's the best sound.
I think prayer. Yeah, I like listening to.
Nice.
Yeah.
Scott?
My kids' sound machines.
The sound machines.
Wait, is it the song or the white noise?
The song. I should try the white noises.
What's your favorite beverage? Anything in the world?
Favorite beverage? Oh boy. I like.
It could be alcoholic. Don't worry, we have our liquor.
No, I'm just thinking. I was thinking of how boring it is. It's water. I just like water. I really do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you need it.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good.
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I probably drink the most coffee. Yeah.
Hot chocolate.
It's the season.
Yeah.
Goes with the leaves.
OV.
Be.
Very specific. Bell River boy.
What's your least favorite tool?
Uh,
Doesn't have to be construction related, by the way.
Carl.
Realize that he's listening to this.
Oh, sorry. I mean, no, I love you, Carl. Yeah, DeWalt drill. Yeah.
Least favorite tool? Anything DeWalt?
I have no idea. What's my least? I can't use any tools. I draw on paper. That's what
Well,
I
there's
do.
other kinds of tools in life. I mean, a car could be a tool. I don't know.
Oh wow, we're going
Could be
that
anything.
broad. Okay.
Anything.
Yeah.
Least favorite tool in life. Could be an app. Could be a program.
Holy
I don't know. Is there anything that's
Rod.
like, this is a useless tool?
wow. It's a useless tool. Oh god.
I think like the garage keypad in that gray beige color is like ridiculous. I've argued this on the
Dude,
show
I
before.
just- I'm
They should
gonna-
be black. Why are they that ugly gray, kind of ugly like porta potty color gray or something?
Yeah.
Why? They don't come in any other color than that. Why? That's useless.
I'm gonna have 40 other answers tonight as I'm trying to go to
I
sleep.
know,
I'm gonna
that's the
think
problem,
about.
right?
I did send this to Carl.
Yeah. Well,
I'll stick with Carl. It's fine. It's a good one. It's a good one. You'll enjoy that one.
no.
Least favorite tool.
Least favorite tool. Jeez.
Pinterest?
No, I
No, I
like
think
Pinterest. Don't get rid of Pinterest.
I think we're due for another one, no? Because it's been Pinterest in the house for the longest time. I'm
I
surprised
know.
that nobody's come up with another one.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, it's only Pinterest.
Yeah, and it hasn't really like it's changed a bit, but not like significantly since it first came
So I
out.
mean, like, maybe this MySpace people should come up with one.
Yeah. I'd like MySpace to come back.
Nothing.
Least favorite tool. I
You hate PCs.
Yeah, well, I use a PC now. I would probably.
You're a Mac.
normally
You're a
use
Mac person.
An Android phone.
There you go.
I find those pretty annoying when my mom asks me to help her with something. I can never figure it out.
I think Photoshop.
Oh.
It's very useful, but I just always struggle
Don't
to.
use
Yeah.
it.
I don't like using it.
Scott,
Corded tools. I like cordless.
how old are you?
It's a pretty specific question.
How young are you?
If I take off my hat, it speaks
That
wonders.
doesn't mean anything. That
38.
could just be your, like hard head or something like that. Probably had a bad hard head or something.
38.
Really? Cord? Yeah, you're on the cusp of that. I don't know. I still like corded tools. I'm in my 50s. So, what turns you on creatively, guys? Anything in the world, what turns you on creatively?
Wow. This is the wrong question to ask me.
Why?
Creativity. Rely on these guys for the creativity parts.
I'll answer.
Nothing turns you
I'll
on
answer.
creatively? You don't see something that's out in the world as creative?
I like a really dilapidated like backyard. You can like re-landscape kind of thing. I like that.
Okay.
Kind of yeah.
That works.
That kind of gets the motor running. Yeah. Yeah.
Like quiet moments, like going for a walk or just having a shower. Just those quiet alone time that, you start thinking.
I think looking at a interesting pattern, like just gives me ideas of how like a space could be laid out or like how I would see it on like a wall or something. Yeah.
CCS rendering.
Right into the mic for that one.
I want to say it again there.
That's right. CCS rendering.
That's right.
What word or concept do you guys find overused these days?
Word or concept?
What are all the cool kids saying?
I wouldn't know, but I don't know. Just I find the vagueness of like modern, something modern. I
That's
find
a
that
good one.
Yeah,
in our
benefit.
field, I guess that's the one that
Everyone
I'm always kind of
says
like,
modern,
I'm like,
and
okay,
no one
elaborate,
knows.
please.
Everyone's definition of that is different. Yes.
Isn't tomorrow modern?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand how.
Yeah, technically.
Well, most people mean actually contemporary, I think.
That's what
not
that's
modern.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the word that they should be using.
Yeah.
yeah. They don't.
People use modern.
Too many syllables. What's going on? Okay. All right. No, that's a good one. I like that. Just as many as construction.
I mean,
One more
Carl's got a few lines that I think he overuses now.
Which were those?
It's going to cost somewhere between $1 and $1 million. It's like,
I thought you were
heard
gonna
that
say-
one. Heard that one before.
I thought you were gonna do the 1,000%.
One
He does
and
1,000
1 million.
parent all the time.
We're in the
Or
budget.
save me the pregnancy, give
Yeah.
me the birth. That's another good one.
All Carl.
It's all Carl's. Yes.
I think getting spaces that they always want spaces that they look uncluttered and clean. So we hear that all the time.
Clutter and clean. We want it to be
Uncluttered. and
uncluttered.
Make it look
uncluttered,
clean.
Clean, simple.
Scott?
Yeah.
I would say due dates and schedules.
You hear those?
I hear a lot of those.
You probably hear that how many times per day?
A lot. I just said it myself for the first time today. I just had to hear it.
Favorite curse word? Could be in any
Oh.
language.
Oh.
Unless Carl wants to keep this clean.
No.
He doesn't want to keep it clean?
Never does.
Okay,
No.
so favorite curse word.
Favorite curse word.
There's a list if you guys want. I could probably share it.
I'm usually. Are we doing? This is fine. This is fine. Okay.
This is
Yeah.
fine.
Totally fine.
It's not gonna get. Okay. No. I think motherfucker is the one that I go for. Yeah. Yeah.
I like to keep it simple and just do a shit.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah,
I
my
think
daughter's
it's,
now saying it,
Greek.
so it's not great.
It's Greek ramoto.
What
Is
is
it?
it?
Ramoto, which is the F word.
Aramoto?
Say it, Sasa, in English, please.
We don't know what word we don't know
but
what word
how do
that
you pronounce
is.
it again?
Ramoto?
Ramoto.
Ramoto. That was bad. I can't say it.
Okay, but I want you to continue just cursing up in Greece so that all of a sudden all the Greek people can be like, holy cow. All right.
So mine's shit, fuck. Like I combine both of them because it's like shit, something's wrong. Then fuck, how am I gonna fix that? Right?
Favorite vehicle in the entire world?
Oh, I'm a Mustang guy.
What year?
I had a 2016. So
Yeah, you're.
I know. What do you want me to say? 68? Or what
No,
point
I
would
don't
I
want
been
you
able
to say anything. I'm just saying that like modern day muscle cars are not.
That's
There, I
a,
just used your word.
That-
Contemporary day
Yeah,
muscle
yeah.
cars are not.
but the S550 though, that's not a bad model for as bad as it went for many years in the 90s and everything like
It
that.
says
You're saying-
something that they had to revert back to the design of
Sure.
the old
Sure.
to make it look
Yeah.
anything new
Yeah.
to be appealing to the younger generation.
If I could drive a 68 Mustang that had the same efficiency as the modern day car, I didn't have that kind of money to spend.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. Kelsey?
I'm not really a car person, so whatever car I happen to have. So currently it's the Ford Escape.
Dream big.
Great family
Nothing wrong
car.
with the Escape.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
my car.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a very, probably like at some point, like a Mercedes. Yeah.
Like a G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Gee, no,
You're not really a car person, but I just named one from the brand, and that's the one.
No, I do like the way they look, but like I have no idea about like more details or like the year that they were made. Like I don't know.
Scott?
Corvette, the new 2024 Corvette 2023. I like the look.
It's
Like,
not bad for about 2 decades of crappiness.
That's what I mean. Like the new ones look so sharp now.
The only thing appealing from the 2 decades of crappiness was the flip around headlight,
Yeah.
which was great that they did that, but I'm sure they probably broke and had the winks for the longest
Yeah.
time when they were doing that, right? So,
Yeah, they looked like door jams before. Now they look good.
what do you guys miss from your childhood?
Ooh,
Here we go.
ooh,
What do we miss?
What do you guys miss from your childhood?
ooh. I think just like those long, aimless bike rides to whoever's house at any given time. Yeah.
Do you still
yeah.
have a bicycle?
I don't. Yeah. That's
Trade
a
it for
cry.
Ford.
Yeah.
Kelsey?
Maybe just like all my siblings being together because we're a family of 5 kids, so
Oh, wow.
we're all really close in age and
You plus 5? Or 5 in total?
5 in total.
Oh, yeah, just
Yeah.
like me.
Yeah. So all the stuff we got up to as kids, I guess, man.
Same thing, siblings. My siblings being close to each other.
Well, this is going to get boring. Mine's siblings.
What is yours?
Siblings, but I had 2 open fields next to our house, so we used to just run rampant. And I had 4 siblings, so I have 4 siblings, sorry, and they're it was just a lot of fun growing up.
A
Shoeless,
lot more
running through
freedom as
mud.
kids
I
then,
know.
eh?
Yeah.
No.
No worry in the world.
If you guys could master a skill outside of your own expertise, what would it be?
Carpentry.
Carpentry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you do want to get on the tools.
I do. I just it's gonna
Vying
be
for your job,
it's gonna be rough. Yeah. Scott's got to be the one teaching me. So
That's scary.
it's scary.
What to do.
It's-
What else you would like to tackle?
I would I would say maybe get really good at like finances and you know investing and that sort of thing. That would probably be a really useful thing to have.
Very much so.
I think photography.
Photography?
Yeah.
That's ironic. You hate Photoshop, but you like
Ooh.
Exactly. 'cause
Doesn't forget.
She wants to
You realize that every photographer I know today
That's why I
uses
stopped.
Photoshop more than they
Yes,
photograph.
Yeah, and
gonna
yeah,
learn
that
to
was
love.
one of the reasons that I stopped actually working on improving my photography skills. Because I will have to take it to Photoshop, so I might just stop.
We're gonna stop.
I still have a camera that takes film.
That's
Yeah,
where
It's
it's
hard
at.
to find places that
Yeah.
actually process film, but
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
have one because of my age. Scott,
What was the question again?
if you could master a skill outside of your own expertise, what would it be?
Hockey.
Hockey.
Yeah.
You're not a hockey player right now?
No.
Oh, you want to master it.
Master it. I wish I mastered it.
Yeah.
Last question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you guys arrive at those pearly gates?
Ooh.
What's he or she going to say?
Wow. No, that's not what she said. Yeah, sorry. You know what? You know what? Maybe. Wow. I'll stick with that. That's fine.
Maybe?
No, wow.
Oh, wow.
Just wow. Yeah.
Wow. All right. A little bit of
Could be
surprise.
good, could be bad. Well, we don't know.
Depends on how you take it, right?
Yeah, that's right.
How
That's
you-
right.
Okay.
Just like a good effort.
Good effort.
You tried your
You got a
best.
motley crew going ahead right now, right? All right.
I think well done. Well, it is. Yeah, yeah.
Someone's going to be, I
Scott?
think Scott's going to come up with
always like
something
the word
here.
welcome, and then it would be followed with, "You thought you had fun. Wait till now."
You know, that was the best. That was
I
good.
like
was good,
that.
Scott.
Guys, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having
Thanks.
us.
for
Mine is
having
Carl,
us.
but he'll listen to this and he'll
Yeah.
regret not being here.
That's right.
Right. Yes.
Simple as that.
Yep.
So you guys are doing great work. It's amazing. I just want to see it grow and grow and grow. And you guys realize how big Ontario is, right?
That's right.
Yes.
As a province, it actually takes more than 24 hours to go right across the whole
hours?
thing. It's just, it's a lot bigger than Greece, isn't
It's actually the same size, I think.
it? Is it the same
Ontario.
size? I've never even looked at it, but Yeah,
Greece, Greece is actually
Wow.
very small. Yeah, it has only 11 million people right now.
Okay.
well,
Yeah.
we're only at 38. Most of them are here.
Yep.
But I thank you for taking the track and coming out here and sharing everything about CCS. And you guys are doing great work, and it's all amazing.
Thanks,
Thank
Manny.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Manny.
you so
Yeah.
much. Just want to share the
Appreciate
details out
it.
again one more time. CCS Engineering Construction, Scott, Sarra?
Sorry, yes.
Yeah. Kelsey and Patrick. Patrick? No, Patrick.
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 Prefers
There's
to be
lots.
called
There's lots. Yeah.
Patrick.
Scoot
Patrick.
over there,
Scoot.
okay? www.ccsengcon.com. And then the phone number, I forgot to share. It's 226-499-2227. Correct?
That's it.
And then the email is everything, the word everything at ccsengcon.com. And then all over social media, ccsengcon. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Angelina, we're out of here.